Welcome back, guys, to another beer review. You're watching All the Beer No Idea. I'm Baz. Beer we got coming up now. Excuse me. dear me. We've got a real ale coming up now, and this is from Bewdley Brewery, and this is a bottle of their Jubilee ale coming in at 4.3%. Beautiful label, real sort of traditional stuff. I don't know if you're getting that really on the camera. Plain gold bottle cap. 500ml bottle, 4.3%. Bought a case of 12 different ones, coming at about £2.10 each, I think it works out as. So cheap as chips. Just a little bit of spiel on the side here. A pale beer with distinct sweetness and underlying hints of citrus and fruity aroma. This beer was brewed to commemorate the Severn Valley Railway's Golden Jubilee year in 2015. It was so well received that we've decided to add it to our range, now called Jubilee Ale. So it was actually brewed, well, as I said, brewed to commemorate the Severn Valley Railway. So, obviously people like it, so they've kept it on. So, without further ado, give the old glass a shake. Bewdley Brewery glass, as you can see. It's just had a bit of a rinse, don't mind me, just being nosy, somebody outside. Lovely glass, pint glass there. £1.40 that cost me from the brewery, so bargain. So let's crack on with this and see what we get. Traditional stuff, going to be traditional, we all know that. But it's something a little bit different. And hopefully it'll be nice. I don't mind a real ale here and there, if they're done good. I like them when they're just slightly different, not that sort of typical sort of ale sort of thing that you get from most places. So, beer in a glass. We've got a few bubbles sticking there to the, not perfectly clean, I'm afraid. Golden in colour, nice carbonation coming up the centre of the glass. You can just see it going up there. We've got just about a finger of sort of reasonably fluffy head on top. Looks like a nice little ale, so let's dive in on the nose, see what we get. Yes, very slight sort of citrus, very slight floral. Not big punching sort of aromas coming out of here. Citrus, fruity, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that might not even be on the nose. That could just be in the taste. A little bit malty. Not a lot going on in there. A little bit on the hoppy side as well, but very, very little. So without further ado, I'll tell you what. Let's get the rest of this in. It's not bottle conditioned, I don't think. So let's get the rest in, dive in, see what we get. Cheers, everybody. A little bit different, a little bit, how can I say? I wouldn't say odd, maybe a little bit odd, but quite enjoyable. Quite a nice body to the beer. Carbonation's gentle. Mouthfeel for me, it is quite soft, but it does feel like it's a little bit watery maybe, and that might be a little bit harsh to the beer. There is almost a malty, hoppy sweetness in there. You are getting the citrus notes for sure. You're getting the fruity sort of thing going on in it as well. I mean, it's doing exactly what it says on the bottle. You're getting sort of like, the more I have of it, you're getting a bitterness on the front end, and I would say that's a citrusy bitterness, which is starting to overtake that sort of, you still get that sweetness in there, but whereas maybe to start off with it felt sort of like a bit of a sort of caramel, possibly sort of sweetness, that sort of sitting back a bit more. So, excuse me. Underlying hints of citrus. Yeah, there is a sweetness in there. I wouldn't say the hints of citrus and fruity thing going on in there is underlying, or I don't know, that might be the wrong word. Because for me, they're more at the forefront of the beer. Yeah, you get that sweetness at first, but the citrus and fruity thing going on is definitely coming forward. A little bit hoppy, easy drinking, 4.3%. Yeah, it's drinking pretty much bang on as you'd think. It's got all the tastes in there. A nice little easy-going, sessionable sort of ale for me. That's traditional. Is it a world beater? It's not the best one I've ever had, but it's a nice bog standard sort of ale that doesn't necessarily have all that. You know, for me, it's better than some of the supermarket stuff you get out there that sort of been doing it for years and it's all a bit stale. Whereas this is a little bit fresher, really. I would say a little bit fresher. Nothing too majorly different, but a little bit of a fresh twist on it. So yeah, Bewdley Brewery's Jubilee Ale coming in at 4.3%. If you like your traditional ales, give it a go. I think it might be a bit of a divided one. Nothing particularly nasty, but the flavours are just a little bit. They're going to appeal to some and maybe not to others, because they seem a little bit, how can I put it? I don't know, they almost sort of collide maybe, but yeah, not a bad little ale. I'm going to enjoy finishing it off anyway. So that's it for this beer review. If you've had the beer before, feel free to comment, let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Like I say, that's it for this one. So I'll see you on another one. Cheers.